Topping news tonight, it's been almost 6 months since the historic flooding in June damaged and destroyed much of the Siouxland area. Residents affected are still trying to pick up the pieces and just get back to a normal life. KTIV's RJ Breen spoke with a couple in Jefferson, South Dakota about their experience with the flooding, where they're at right now, and the recovery process.
Sunday morning, go up, look out the window, see a propane tank floating about 2 miles away. Figured we got problems coming.
The weekend of June 22nd is one Jeannie and Donald Stitch would never forget. With little warning and little preparation, they had to act fast.
We kind of figured out what furniture quickly we could lift up high. We stacked from here to the ceiling with the cushions, the bar stools, anything we could to get up high.
Now, the Stitches' home, which is just outside of Jefferson, South Dakota, was deemed not in a floodplain, but the Big Sioux River, just 2 miles away, still inundated their home and other surrounding property with 3 to 4 feet of flood water. The Stitches knew it was time to go, and authorities gave them one option.
We got a boat coming from Yankton to come and get you guys out, and it's your only chance. If you don't come with us now, we won't be back for you.
A home ruined and living in a camper at the time, they didn't know when the help was going to come. 2 months after the flood, their FEMA aid finally arrived, but barely scratched the surface of getting back to normal.
Then when they do decide to give you something, $11,000 isn't going to cover anything. That's pretty much what our flooring's costing us to get our floor put back in. That's not including the insulation, the ductwork.
Donald is doing most of the rebuilding in order to cut down the cost for paying someone else to do it. But the couple has had help along the way.
We did have a group from Des Moines. There was probably 4 or 5. There was a gal from Imperial Foods, Jolene Vasquez.
She was wonderful.
She got a group of people together, and man, they ramma-jammed in here. They tore out sheetrock. They tore out flooring.
The Stitches are thankful for the help they've had along the way and hope that if they are able to pay it forward. In Jefferson, South Dakota, RJ Breen, KTIV News 4.
And the family says it will take at least another 6 months or maybe even a year before their home is back to normal from the flooding.